She's crazy, people say. She sits and stares at a wall the wrong way. She smokes her cigarette. And talks to her screen, or maybe they just think I'm talking to myself. The POWs of this not-so-civil war just keeps getting worse. Society thinks that we're recovering. Kids are out partying. Not me, it's not over. Still, not over. I have this beautiful view. It's beautiful. This is my front porch. But I wake up every day in living hell. My lower legs are throbbing. I've been to the emergency room, they don't do anything. I've been to the urgent care, they don't do anything. I've been to telehealth, they just keep referring me out. It's why people are gonna die. Not just me, by the way. A lot of people are gonna die. A lot of people have been betrayed and are angry as hell. A lot of people have given up. Given up on the government because me, for instance, initially I thought it was Trump. I thought it was the Republicans, and I waited anxiously. I was so thrilled. But then the black people took over. And no, you're not representing everyone. You're representing the blacks and the browns. Have we heard anything about white people who are suffering like hell? No. Have you heard anything from the victims? No. I had to learn what the word misogyny meant. I had to learn what the word woke meant. I never heard those words before. I'm not trying to be woke. I'm not trying to be a wigger. I just made it up myself because that's what it feels like. And then I find out that there is such a thing as black people that hate white people. And what is this new movement doing? They're glorifying it. That's why it's called black privilege. Then I watched Kamala Harris giggling about how wonderful it is that people are rioting in the streets, that people are, quote, peaceful protesting. Okay, aside from the physical rioting, it's violent because you're spreading a deadly disease. And the Frontline is the one that is suffering. The cops that catch COVID from your not so peaceful protesters. The frontline workers in the hospital where it is described as concentration camps, where people are unable to breathe and they suffocate every day by the thousands. Where the hospital workers were, they used to have a very strict protocol. It's called sterile procedure for how you apply and disrobe from PPE, where they're now merely using trash bags. You have no idea what's going on. In the hospitals where black absolutely black lives do not matter. In fact, there are these two words that are very similar: restitution and retribution. And I even heard Rachel Maddow get those two words mixed up. Even Rachel Maddow used the word retribution instead. Well, maybe she meant retribution, but I doubt it, because that's not how our, quote, justice system theoretically is based. We're not a justice system of retribution, although we are now. And there's nothing systematic about it, actually. We have both sides just calling their own shots, assigning themselves judge and jury. Oh, by the way, the latest is Mr. Grand Master Flash, Master J. Guess what? Turns out he's not such an expert on weapons either. He doesn't even know how to use his weapon properly. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And he has people by the hundreds out there training on weapons. What a wasteland this is. What a fucking wasteland.